Kirk and Donny again, and we thought we'd surprise you this week in our Body Stories Ezine and do a little video presentation.
Yeah, just to kind of make it a little more juicy, because these are pretty juicy times.
Yes, juicy times.
Juicy times. And what we're aware of, in our Ezine from last week, we talked about Occupy Wall Street and ask you, which street are you on? And this week we want to actually continue with that conversation just a bit further. For you who are entrepreneurs and healers and change agents, you know, what I'm aware of is that there's a lot of energy trying to break through, and a lot of healing starting to happen as people begin to express themselves. Mm-hmm. So healing has a great potential to happen, but it's not focused.
Yes.
It's not focused energy. And you know, I mean, in the Bay Area, just across the bay, you know, there's a lot going on. And Donny and I are thinking about going over sometime soon to the Occupy Oakland rally, just to make a presence. And we want you to think about focus. So if you were focusing this energy that's emerging throughout the planet, not just on Occupy Wall Street, but if you were focusing some of that energy, what would your voice be?
Yes.
And what would, so we created some little fun signs,
yes.
didn't we?
And so we thought, what would we carry? What kind of signs would we carry when we go over there? And so we made up some things we thought. So here's one that I thought: entrepreneurs for change.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, if there's anything we know, is that we as entrepreneurs are going to contribute to much of the change that's going to happen on the planet if we really stay in our consciousness and our purpose and play a big game to be of greater service.
Yes.
I've got another one. So I came up with, I commit to business where everyone wins.
Ooh, what an idea.
I like that one. So how can we keep the conversation going?
Yeah.
That everybody is in this soup of change together and everybody wins.
Because, you know, what occurs to me, and I love studying history, is that, you know, we've seen this pattern in history a bazillion times where a group of people has all the power and the money, and then the people who don't have become dissatisfied. And we've got to break this pattern.
Yes.
We've got to break this ancient generational pattern.
Yes.
Where everybody feels like they're part of, and is part of the society, is getting what they need. So this is the last one.
You got one more?
I got one more.
Oh, cool.
What if the 100% cared about the 100%? And I'm not saying that the 1% doesn't, but it's not really. We always have a them and an us in our society, well, in all societies, but what if we all cared about each other, and that was a policy?
Yeah. I mean, there's so much, obviously. We'd love to kind of dive in and think about the role that you all play as entrepreneurs and healers and change agents in shaping what's going on in the world and putting your hands. Deepak Chopra walked through the streets of New York recently, and he asked people to place their hands over their heart and stop for a moment to go inside and simply ask them, what kind of a world do you want to live in? And that's really what we're inviting us all into, is a conversation where we as entrepreneurs, as people of conscious, what do we want the world to be like that we live in, and how might we contribute to this change?
Yes.
And focus this energy that's breaking forth for liberation.
And those of us as entrepreneurs, we really do play a pivotal role in this, grounding this new society, this new business based on a new business model, and teaching and working with people how to work differently, how to do business differently. And those people like you and me will be grounding this in the next 10, 15 years, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely. So as Donny and I know that we're called to be liberationists, we would empower you to think about being a liberationist by focusing some of the energy, even if it's just in your mind, what would the sign say that you would hold, that you would energetically, because we're all holding this kind of internal sign right now. What's the sign that you would hold that energetically you want to speak out prophetically to the world? And let's all make this change together.
Yes. So enjoy the rest of the Ezine, and we'll see you next time.
Absolutely. Namaste.